Hey everybody, Al Puglisi Trains. I'm downstairs in Howard Zane's layout room. And if you missed church on Sunday, well, you can get some church now. Howard designed a beautiful HO scale church out of thin air. I'm going to take you upstairs and show it to you. In the meantime, I'll show you a couple churches on his layout. Now, right over my shoulder there is Church of the Snake. We've talked about that a million times on the channel, and I'm actually in the process of building that in O scale. And we'll see that later on the channel. And just keep in mind that any of these churches are available as a custom build in HO or O scale. Let me show you some churches, and then let's go upstairs and see the new church. And this is Church of the Snake because the fellow in the church had some rattlesnakes that he pulled out of a box, and I think Howard took a dive out the window, but that's a story for a later time. And that's being built in O scale. I'm building that. Howard and I will be selling these in HO or O scale. And this actually is patterned after a real church as far as Howard can remember it. And it's super cool. I've been in love with this thing forever, and I'm almost done with my build. We'll be showing it on the channel. Here's a nice little church. The HO footprint on this church is about, looks to me to be about maybe 9 inches by, oh goodness, I don't know, probably 9 by about 6 or 6.5. And it's about, I'd say 6, maybe 7 inches tall. It's just a cool little church. If you need a little church, everybody needs a church. Well, let's go upstairs on their layout. Let's go upstairs and look at the church Howard just finished building and designing. Well, Howard, I'm not going to call you the church lady on Saturday Night Live. There was a thing on Saturday Night Live with Dana Carvey. He used to dress up like a woman, the church lady, and he'd torment people. So I'm not going to call you the church lady, but how you doing?
Great. Carpuncles, hemorrhoids, and Julius Caesar.
Oh, God.
Fucking.
Folks, I'm collecting these quotes, and that is one of the better ones. But anyway, we're trying to be churchgoers here, and Howard,
I was in a church once when I was 12 years old, and I actually loved it, even though I'm Jewish. But I never liked the music of Jewish set temples and synagogues. The Jewish music is only 3 keys. There's minor, very minor, and extremely minor. And when I went to this church service, you were playing, singing, all the choir was singing, "I'll Fly Away," and I fell in love with it.
Wow.
However, I will not abandon my heritage. I'm quite proud.
Right. That's good.
Jewish.
That's good. And you guys play a lot of old church tunes and old time music.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, this is really a cool church. Tell us about. I guess we were brainstorming what to build, and I begged Howard. I'd say, Howard, you need a new church, a big, you know.
Well, it was your fault. We weren't brainstorming. You were brainstorming.
Yeah.
I was quite happy doing townhouses and other stuff.
Right.
But you said, "Hey, we need a church." And
Not
I
a
said,
tiny church.
Yeah. Well, I said I need a 20-pound hemorrhoid more. But well, you talked me into it, so I came up with a sketch. And you didn't like the sketch at first. It was about a 4-minute sketch. I didn't even do the windows. I just disrupted an idea. But that was enough.
Right.
So that was fine. I said I could build this on a bed. So we built it.
And while I was building, or still building, Church of the Snake, you were building this. We call this the Church of Howard.
Church of Howard, right?
This is really cool.
Well, we're going to have a little CD in there. We'll play "I'll Fly Away."
And go ahead and rotate it, Howard, real slow here. Now, folks, we're going to talk more about, we've talked about it a million times, dioramas. There's dioramas that are on grades. This one's going to be relatively flat, this one. And we're going to show you a before and after. Obviously, this is the before.
This is not going to be relatively flat.
Right.
Because notice I have 2 levels. So we're going to start here with we'll start over here.
Let's show
We'll
folks.
put the strapping into here, the cardboard into here, and run it down like this, down to here, and right about here it'll be flat.
Okay.
So it'll be on a grade all coming down this way.
So
This will be the parking lot, the road. And this is, without the diorama, this is what we would actually present it on a piece of gator board.
Right.
But the diorama will be entirely different.
Right.
This will have trees, grades, people, benches, all kind of stuff like that, and cars.
Right, and you'll see the difference when we do the next episode on
Next
this.
episode. This is very lightly weathered. I don't want to overdo it.
Right. And the reason I talked Howard into the stone and the brick to go with the townhouses, kind of to go with those beautiful townhouses you built.
Do you have the townhouses here?
Yeah, we'll get them. They're in the other room.
Yeah, we should show them.
But folks, check out. They're on my channel. We did a whole video on them, and I'll bring them in a minute. But
Okay.
let's talk about the stained glass, Howard.
Stained glass is an idea I got from you, where I went online and looked up stained glass. And all these pictures I just downloaded, cut them out, and glued them in place.
Yeah.
And I put the clear acetate over that first.
Right.
Or clear plastic.
And then you
clear styrofoam's better.
and then you put the stained glass behind
that, yeah.
behind it, and you can cut it a little bit bigger so you can glue it behind.
Yeah. It lined it up so it looked like a realistic.
And I'll tell you, folks, I guarantee you, if you were to light this, you'd see the light come right through that stained glass window, even though these are printed off the computer.
We haven't lit this, but it's very easy to light.
Yep. And the reason you didn't go with pointy roofs is because this is more your style, I think.
Oh, are they up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because on a pointy roof, you have to build a cap for it.
Right.
And there are no caps you can buy not that I know of.
Well, it's more your style. This is more your
my style,
your style, and people buy these, and I love them because of your style. You know, the design, your style. This I fell in love with. Gee, this is really pretty, man. This is a scratch-built chimney.
Yeah.
That he ripped up. Yeah.
Now this over here, the addition, the brick would have been added on later, years later, and also this little addition back here.
Right.
Now that's to have a bingo games and stuff like that.
Right.
Train shows.
Train shows, yes.
Could have a train show.
Yes.
It'll be a very small train show. But
the footprint of this is about 2 by with the diorama.
it's about a 14 by 12.
Yeah, maybe a little wider than 12. To me, it looks like it's about. Well, we'll get a ruler and check. Looks, I'm guessing 17 by 22. I'm guessing.
16 by.
Ooh.
16 by 20.
Ooh, I was close. I was close. And the church is again, it's an HO church. And we were talking earlier that this could be used in O scale as a force perspective church.
Or we could build it in O scale.
Or it can be built in O
We
scale.
don't have to make it as large.
Right. And
Again, I only emphasize one point. If you want us to build a building, the three things we need, and one of the most important things, is the footprint.
right.
Where you're going to put this, so we can design to fit in there. And of course, we need a realistic budget
Right.
of what you're willing to spend. To
Let me-
see if we're on the same page.
Let me give you an aerial.
At a deposit.
Oh yeah. Let me give an aerial view of this thing
And how
because
soon do you want it?
yeah, let me, come around one more time and then give a God the
Now
front.
these windows, the church windows, I've had for years.
Mm-hmm.
They were originally from Grant Line. I don't know since Grant Line was sold. I don't know if they still produce these windows. They're absolutely beautiful.
Man, and from the air, it has a different look from the air. And Howard, I'll be right back. Let me go get the townhouses.
Okay.
And now, folks, you can tune in the channel. Obviously, we talked about last week the video on the townhouse complex. And, you know, I said, Howard, you got to make a church that kind of matches the color and the beauty, and make a whole town, you know.
Well, it's a possibility. Now, this is sold. The gentleman is supposed to pick this up tomorrow.
Yes.
From Pennsylvania. He has to see this. We built this on spec, and if he wants to buy this, that's fine. We can finish it up at Diarama and have it ready in a week. But the idea, yeah, it could be a whole town.
Oh, yeah.
And a firehouse would be good. A general store, a gas station.
Yeah.
Not a bordello.
Yeah.
Not for church-going people. But maybe that'd be ideal.
Well, Howard, I appreciate it. Folks, stay tuned because the final episode on this church is going to be Church of Howard. Episode 2 is going to be the completed diorama, so you can see the difference. Thanks, Howard.
Great, well, thank you.
Hey, Howard, we're going to introduce you again because this is the finished church.
Proctology, hemorrhoids, and Miller Fillmore.
Oh, you know, I'm writing down. I'm
Finished
writing.
Church. This is the finished church. We actually sold this thing before it was finished,
Yeah.
but we can always build another, not exact but similar.
Right.
We come close.
Right.
Now I've gotten a lot of criticism. They should have a peaked roof or a pointed roof.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me, but we'll do a peaked roof if you want for the
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah, if you want a tall, pointy roof, guess what? We can make a tall, pointy roof. At the absolutely beautiful, folks, obviously you saw the before, and this is the after. I got to put some people on it. That won't take long.
You could do the people. Well, it's a 31 Lincoln town car, so we're gonna assume the preacher, that's his car.
Yeah. Either that or somebody's getting married.
Now, this is not a snake handling church.
Yes,
No
this is.
snakes.
You know, folks, when you consider having another one, you can have one just like this, or it'd be very similar to
Not
it.
just like this.
Similar.
95% maybe.
Right. Similar.
Can't do two alike.
Right. You can do it so if you prefer, you can have this structure here as a separate structure, not attached, but like a separate little schoolhouse on the property. Or to save space, you can just have the church itself without the addition on it. Or we can design something and show it to you.
Now, the price of this, we sold this for $1,600.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very nice.
If we're talking half the church, it's $800.
Right. Yeah, depending on what you wanna do in HO scale. And Howard, thanks for showing us the finished church.
Well, I'm just sitting here.
Yep.
I don't want to show it.
And folks, like I said, if you decide you want to do some church going, contact us at lpug1@verizon.net.
Now, we didn't put the cross. We're not sure what denomination the person is.
Right.
He could have anything from it'd probably be a cross, but we're not sure. So let him do that.
Yeah, that can be. Some folks bring their own little icons that they like us to put on. Howard, thanks for showing us this.
Oh, you're quite welcome.